Hey there, Power Stroke Maintenance here. Today I'm going to talk about tire pressure. I'm going to share the pressure that I've been running, how often I check it, and a good tool to have around to check your tire pressure and inflate your tires when you're on the road. So what do I inflate my tires to? I have finally decided that I'm inflating all 4 Super Duty tires. I have 35 1250 Cooper AT3 XLTs, and I am inflating them to 45 PSI each one. I found that I can do 50 PSI if I know I'm gonna do a long highway trip, which may not make sense, but I'm in Denver right now, and Denver roads are heinous, they're terrible, and so I like having my tires a little lower for around town driving, because I'm not trying to maximize fuel economy around town. You don't buy one of these trucks thinking you're gonna get good around town fuel economy, and I'd rather not have the entire truck like flying all over the road. I run my tires 45 around town, and then when I'm going on a highway trip, I either do 50 or 55. I will pump up all 4 to 60 when towing. So if I have anything on the hitch or I'm carrying any sort of significant load, I do pump up my tires to door sticker. Although I do find, unless I'm really freighting the tongue weight, I typically just do the back tires to 60, not to 75. Door sticker on my truck, which is a 2019 F250, is 60 in the front and 75 in the back. And so I found just doing 60-60 gets me the best tire wear with the 35 1250s when I'm towing. But otherwise, the truck just basically 90% of the time has the tire pressure at 45. And so if I do end up driving on the highway, I'll blow them up to 50, or I'll just let the tires themselves, they usually gain, you know, when you get the hot inflation temp, when they're spinning at highway speed, they usually will spin themselves up to about 50 PSI. Now, in terms of how often I check my tire pressure, most Ford vehicles and Ford trucks have the tire pressure readout on your instrument cluster where you can toggle and see the pressure of each tire. I find that I'll adjust and or check my tire pressure with an actual pump, either adding or deflating, because either I'm playing with it or my tires got low, like once a week. Now, I don't have any leaks. Usually you can tell, but I feel like a good rule of thumb is like check your tire pressure and check your tires for debris like nails and screws and rocks and whatnot, like once a week if you're doing a lot of driving. You could probably get away with once a month, but I like to do mine once a week. And I find that, you know, I like to adjust, especially in the fall when the temperature is kind of up and down and all over the place. I like to adjust my tire pressure at least weekly, add, subtract, you know, depending on what the truck's been doing, how the ride's been feeling, stuff like that. And finally, the tool I've been using to do this is the Makita brushless air compressor. Now, both DeWalt and Milwaukee make one of these that go with their tool lineups, their brushless or their lithium-ion battery tool lineups. And so no matter what brand of kind of cordless tools you use, I would recommend getting one of these pumps. They're usually around $100. And even though they don't inflate the tires crazy fast, like I think they put out max, like mine puts out max 160 PSI, but it's not quick. It does allow you to adjust your tire pressure on the fly. You don't have to wait to get back to your shop to have an air compressor. You don't have to wait to go to a mechanic or a auto body shop or a truck stop to get and like pay for air. And so I found it's been really helpful to have that little pump to dial it in, because I'm usually only going up or down by like 5 PSI. So if you can grab yourself one of those and carry it around with you like I do in my truck, it is huge. And then for those of you guys that do some serious off-roading and are constantly fiddling with tire pressure, airing down, airing up, you may already have onboard air, but if you don't and you're looking for a budget-friendly option, I love these little pumps. I think they're great bang for the buck. I mean, if you have one of the 5 amp batteries, like I'll leave the pump and the battery in here without charging the battery for usually a month or 2, and it's fine. So, and that's with me fiddling with my air pressure once a week. If you have a different tire pressure setup that you've been running that you think I should try, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always looking for the latest beta and the scoop on the setups for these trucks. I do not have a lift kit on my truck. I'm not running any sort of soft ride coils or anything, so I do fiddle with air pressure a lot to get my ride dialed. But if you think I should be running something different, let me know in the comments. Let me know why. I really appreciate you watching this video, and we'll see you next time here on Power Stroke Maintenance. Cheers.